we'd like to welcome you to coverage of Five Flags Speedway, where possibly might the only flag be used tonight, the yellow flag. In the panhandle of Pensacola, Florida, is a ingredient of production. Put them under the lights, and the virtual home of the Snowball Derby is the place we're at tonight for round number 4. The penultimate race of the season of the American iRacing League. Poppers Fishing Lures Summer Thunder. Wow, the summer heat. Welcome to coverage, LSRTV, CRN Sports. I'm back in the saddle again. It's been a while since I've worked with everybody. But anyhow, we are back. We are ready to go. This is going to be a good one. I am Wesley Outland. Announcer and funny man, Wesley out. And joined alongside is Samuel Dyer, all the way from California. And Samuel, I'll tell you what, buddy, we got a good one coming up here tonight. Flag Speedway. This is always a unique racetrack. We've got super trucks, twins, super late model twins, and it'll be all under the light.
Yeah, and each one of those twin races is going to be 35 laps for the trucks, and for that of the super late models, it's going to be a little bit longer than what these truck guys are dealing with. This half-mile course, these drivers are going to have to deal with the sensation of getting loose off the corner a lot here tonight. Throttle control going to be the biggest thing that these drivers have to stay focused. As Wesley, I'm excited for tonight, and I got to say, you are always the funny man in the booth.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I try to at least liven up things in everybody's lives. Tonight's 411 presented by Race on B5s for the trucks. Twin 60s tonight for the super late models, and that's what's been on tap. Okay, so y'all stepped in a couple of weeks. I have been off on real announcing obligations, or at least I took a day off for mini vacation as well. What have we seen so far with this series, except this is entertaining? We've loved it. And caution flags galore, yellow flags, and that's why I kind of use that scenario of, you know, this track might be called Five Flags Speedway, but the only flag the flagman's been using lately has been the yellow one.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that a lot during our first 2 rounds of the season. Round 3 found ourselves at New Smyrna last week, where it was Parker Retzlaff dominating in the super trucks, winning both of the twin races. So Parker's on a streak. He's the driver to watch out here for tonight. But that first twin race last week, we cut it down, those cautions down to 3, which based on the trends, we're hoping that it continues to trim down and we get to see a lot of green flag racing.
We certainly do. Again, twin 35s for the super trucks, and then twin 60s for the super late models. All on tap here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway. Round number 4 of the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series, if you want to call that. This is a mini series. It is about to come to a commencement, and next week we'll either come back and, you know, then they'll prepare for another full schedule. Really enjoyed what they have done with the American iRacing League and Summer Series and everything else. Everybody's just having fun. It's a good time, and we're glad everyone is along for the ride for sure.
Yeah, I've been loving the super trucks and seeing them rocket around these short tracks. Don't get to see it very often on iRacing, but it's always amazing when you see the American iRacing League come out with the different cars that they put on these courses week in and week out, and excited to see when the full season does come around. But this fun summer series, it's been a blast.
It certainly has. It's been an exciting time as well. As we are about ready to wrap. We'll step away. When we come back, we've got qualifying. Qualifying will lead us up to twin race number 1 for the twin 35s of the super trucks. Oh, before we leave, it's presented by sawblade.com. Bottom right of the monitor. What is it doing? It is 75. It is clear. No wind speed to worry about. The track temp is about 3 degrees warmer than the virtual ambient temperature. More in a moment. We return. The American iRacing League from Five Flags on LSR, listening on the CRN Sports Network.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to go with qualifying here at the virtual Five Flags Speedway. And these drivers will be on the racetrack in just a few moments, led by the number 5 Toyota. All right, Sam, we'll see which driver's slap right now. Charlie Beals on the racetrack. He's ready to take on the half mile here in Pensacola.
Yeah, Charlie Beals, one of those drivers coming into today's race. He was the 5th fastest during practice. He's going to have to find a little bit more speed if he wants to challenge that of Parker Retzlaff, Kevin White Jr. Those seem to be the 2 top dogs after practice concluded, but Beal up to 2nd currently.
We'll keep an eye on them now as we're watching them work around the racetrack here, seeing what type of laps are put down in their qualifying run. As there goes Charlie Beals. 17,125 right now for White. There's the native out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and that is the entry number 42 of Parker Retzlaff.
Parker
Reaper
Retzlaff.
Speed Labs also on the sponsor as well. There you go, Samuel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Parker Retzlaff just dominated the trucks race last week at New Smyrna, then almost swept the super late models, coming up short in race number 2 of the twins in the super lates. He actually got DQ'd from that race from all the carnage that happened there. So Parker is happy to be back in the trucks where he got his last week showing a lot of speed. But Dustin's another one of those drivers that looks quick, 4th currently for the 16.
Eric Steele getting a little sideways, just a little bit. We'll go around. Jacob Harberts is up next.
Harberts coming in 3rd fastest during practice. So this 80 machine 2nd on the board after putting his time down. Another one of those drivers to watch out for. But here's the 72, Aiden Murray. He was one of those drivers. He was just a magnet to all the carnage last week, hoping for that luck to change for himself coming out of turn number 4.
Aiden Murray coming across the start-finish line, 17th, 386. Time looked pretty decent. Here comes now Aiden Murray. Going off of turn 4, Parker Retzlaff right now at the top of the board. In 35s, they'll run a 35 lapper. They will turn around. They will have another little quick practice session, and then they will reset and go another 35 laps, and we'll do the same thing with the super late model, Samuel.
Yeah, and with these drivers and with our top 8, it will actually be inverted on where the drivers are for that second race of our
That's
top
right.
8. So even if you win the first race, you're going to be putting yourself in the hole of back in traffic. So sometimes you got to pick and choose. Do you want to be challenging for a win in the first race or set yourself up better for the second?
That's right. We'll keep an eye on them here and see where they end up. Parker Retzlaff, watching him coming back around as the fast qualifier. Jake Perkins now, the 59, 17.218. Looks like that's going to be his best lap, Samuel, on the clock.
Yeah, able to move up 2 positions after his first lap. That had him in 11th up to 9th currently for the 59. We got a minute left in qualifying, and like most of the drivers, kind of set in stone where they want to be placed. No one else really wanted to take the track, but Wesley, Five Flags, it's an exciting race for these drivers, and one of the biggest races of the season, the Snowball Derby, is shown here. And Wesley, I know you got more information on the Snowball Derby.
Well, the Snowball Derby is one of the crown jewel events that I get the privilege to work with Speed 51 TV and MAV TV, and of course the 54th running of the Snowball Derby will be at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola coming up in December. Hey, there's a big one this weekend. There's actually twin night at the races. Twin 100s on tonight. This is a nice little virtual appetizer before the big show on Friday and Saturday at Five Flags Speedway as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Hey, don't forget, if you like Five Flags Speedway tonight, later on tonight, we are back at the Rockingham Speedway, and that should be an exciting fun race, Samuel. Northwest Cup Series invade the Rock. The one and only time they're on the schedule. This should be a good one. We look forward to that race coming up this tonight, later on LSRTV and CRN Sports. Yes, double coverage.
They're going to these drivers going to be slipping and sliding tonight. It is going to be a wild one at the Rockingham. It is a blast to see what these modern Cup cars can do there, and it's going to be a fun action later tonight for the Northwest Cup Series, as it looks like drivers are getting girded up here, Wesley.
Ready for the field to go for the Team 126 Racing starting lineup for the CMO Screen Printing Incorporated trucks in twin race number 1. Retzlaff is on the pole. In the 42 to the outside, Jacob Harberts will make up 1. Row 2 on the grid, we'll find Kevin White Jr., truck number 38. Look at that beautiful looking Ford right there behind the 42. Charlie Bills in the 5th machine. He will start in the 4th position. Row number 3 on the grid, Dustin Momberket will be in the number 16 to the outside. Mario Erkney in the number 41 Super Mario. Row number 4 in the grid, Tony Quadros in the number 12. John Oliet will be in the 62. And around top 10 here at Five Flags at Pittsburgh, and Aiden Murray, 59 and 72.
Falling back to row number 6, that's where we're going to be finding that of Eric Sellers as well as that of Josh Helm. As then we fall back to that of row number 7, got Tyler Payne, Ryan Pollins going to be in the 3 and 14th position, and back in row number 8 for 15th and 16th, you got Ryan Matthews, Steele Langford. Steele Langford, one of those drivers I'm expecting to make a charge up into the top 10 later in this race if he can survive. And then dropping back to row number 9, you've got that of Kyle Souza as well as that of David Pollins at 33, another one of those fast drivers that did not qualify, so we'll see what speed they have. In the final row, row number 10, you've got that of Jake Silva as well as Eric Steele.
And that is the starting lineup there of the 20 trucks ready to go here. In any moment, the field will get ready to roll. CMO Screen Printing Incorporated Super Trucks getting ready for the first of the Twin 35s on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. And, of course, on the Community Radio Network, Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten in the production chair. As always, running the boards for us. We are ready to rock and roll here at Five Flags Speedway. Going to give them another lap behind the pace truck, and then the lights will go off, and we will get ready to go to the green flag here next time by. What do you think we got coming up here, Samuel? Going to be a good one. The trucks, and then the fast cars, the super late models later tonight.
I'm excited for the super late models, but for these trucks, these drivers got to figure out how to slow down coming into these corners and figure out how to carry that speed. Going to be a lot of off throttle through the corners, so if you mess up these entries, it could be costly for the drivers around you. And do want to give note, the 24 Kyle Souza did not hit the grid, so if he's going to start out, will be a lap down for the 24, so 19 drivers on track.
19 virtual trucks ready for twin race number 1, round 4, summer heat, Five Flags Speedway. We are green flag at Pensacola. Inside, give it to Retzlaff on the jump. Harbert's on the outside lane. White is there. Retzlaff, Harberts, White, 1, 2, and 3. Momberket, Beals. There's your top 5. They'll stay single file. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race at Five Flags.
Surviving the first lap, the most important factor here. Everyone trying to get single filed out, but they're already spinning behind. It's going to be the 9 going around for himself. Helm, no help, as this was around the drivers that were 2. Think about 3 wide.
Holmes.
And just like that, the 9 is spun around.
What's happening, Holmes? What's happening, Holmes? Holmes goes around. Problems for Holmes, and we go under the yellow flag. 3 wide there for a minute. Wow.
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out how to get in line as fast as possible, but the 9 getting some contact possibly here, but the drivers getting off the corner. going into turn 1 and 2, we're going to be seeing these drivers just still 3 wide, trying to find their space, but contact made.
And Holmes going around. And he took out the commitment cone with him as well. He's a fan of he's the cone man. Cone Holmes.
There's some people out there that are trying to give out PSA announcements of respect the cones. They get beat up here on iRacing all the time.
Yeah.
And another cone drops there as there was contact between the 9 of Holmes and also Eric Sellers. That was the other driver that actually bumped the 9 and got him out of sorts. But first caution of the day, Wesley, and yeah, at least we survived a couple of laps.
Yeah, we did. We survived a couple of calamity cautions. Not that not a caution quickly on the green flag. But we do have a yellow flag out on the racetrack. We'll get them reset. We'll go back to racing here in just a couple of moments, as we did have that problem there with Holmes going around. These are twin 35s.
Win 35s. Given these drivers, I mean, you learn something from this first race. You can always translate it to the next one. How well are you conserving your tires? How aggressive can you be moving forward? But everyone's still trying to figure out how they want to be aggressive here early on.
Right.
If you can be aggressive early in this first race, it really can help you translate that to the second race if you're further back in the field.
We are 5 laps into it. Parker Retzlaff leads the way. Jacob Harberts is on row 1. Kevin White Jr., Dustin Momberket will make up row 2. Charlie Bills, Tony Quadros, John Oliette, Jake Perkins, Murray Ercolani right now your top 10, as it looks like we are going to get the field re-racked and restacked here in just a moment. We should get ready for a restart here next time by, as the lights should go off on the truck. They will. And we will set him up for restart. Parker Retzlaff out in front, leading the way in that number 42 machine. Twin race number 1, but Samuel Dyer, there was still a long way to go here at Five Flags Speedway.
We got one more twin race for the trucks, then 2 twin races for the super late models after this amazing action we're expecting to see as the Pace truck pulls off.
Pace truck behind the pit lane. Here they go back into the Mountain Dew kickstart zone, as they call it, Five Flags Speedway. Green flag goes back in the air, and Parker Retzlaff will get everybody in the on the gas down on the back straightaway. Look at him pull away from Harberts and White. That's going on behind him, door to door from the rear camera of the leader of Parker Retzlaff, and down the straightaway they come. We're working lap number 9.
Luckily able to get themselves situated, but a lot of close racing action. Momberket trying to move his way down below, getting below the 38 of that of Kevin White, but you're just seeing the back of the field here. They are still jumbled, and oh, there they go. Another one goes around.
1, 2 trucks may be involved, and it's Ercolani causing it. Mario, oh no, Super Mario out for Mario, and he goes around, and the caution is out, Samuel, for the second time.
Oh, another just one of those drivers that you see just becomes a magnet here late. It's the 97 once again. Eric Sellers just getting some contact with the 41, and once again,
Mario,
around.
Mario, it's a Sellers. Uh-oh. Aerial coverage provided by All-American Pulse, and there's the reason why they spun. Look at that. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Oh no.
Oh no, on Wario. Under caution. Somebody find King Cooper.
I mean, Bowser?
Oh, right. Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
Well, we will we'll reset again. CMO Screen Printing and Solutions Incorporated. Thanks for them sponsoring the series as always. If you'd like to know more information, go online to the American iRacing League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at American iRacing League. Man, they got you covered. Yes, sir. And of course, as always, our coverage is presented by CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated for the sponsors of the trucks and the super late models. And in addition to that, of course, Reaper Speed Labs, Pulse Poppers. Thank you also to Team 126 Racing, Elite Media Graphics and Wraps. I support STR as well as LSRTV and CRN Sports. All of those sponsors make it happen. And a new series is coming for the American iRacing League. Oh, well, there's a new series coming soon to LSRTV and CRN. We'll have details on that very soon. Yes. TBA, to be announced soon, Sam.
Yes.
I know, but, it's excitement. We're ready for it. Pace truck is in. We're ready for a green flag and hopefully the finish of twin race number 1. Here they come to the line. Green flag.
Bill
All right,
Herbert
Sam,
and
you help
White
me out here.
side by side. Hey, I'll try to chime in once you're quiet every once in a while. Finally getting sorted out, but side-by-side racing for 6th place. You've got that of Olette Beals. They're going to be side-by-side as our front 5 single filed out and just charging away. And the big question for our top 4, who's going to be the driver that wants to risk getting below the driver in front of them? You got to get a big enough run, as we're still seeing the battling that's going on for that of 5th place. Is no, 59, Perkins.
Trouble. One truck at least. Losing it, it's Perkins. Did they throw caution? Yeah, they did. Perkins goes around.
Oh, Perkins just came in too hot, locking up the brakes, and you'll see it here on the Pulse Poppers instant replay. Yes, he was trying his best. I mean, they're side by side, trying to gain as much ground as possible, and you don't want to lose being on someone's quarter panel. This is it's going to keep them still shoved up on the high side, but when your lane's not moving, you're stuck in trouble, and locking up the brakes, going down in the apron, and you thought Perkins was going to save it, but that pit wall coming out of nowhere.
So we are under the yellow flag. And my goodness, come on, guys. 3rd, 4th caution. Got trucks onto the pit lane for work.
Just number 3. We're now at halfway. We're now at halfway, so there's that. We've only had 3 cautions so far. We can get a long run.
It is. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll readjust ourselves here in a moment.
And we are back to the American iRacing League. We're here at Five Flags Speedway. It's Parker Retzlaff up front, and also got Herbert White Jr., Mombercat side-by-side racing for 3rd place. As Mombercat's got to be careful, trying to hold on and trying to get some type of run, as Olette's also going to be in 5th place, side-by-side racing. Usually, we've been hoping for green flag racing. We've seen 3 cautions so far. Parker Retzlaff's led every single lap, trying to continue on with his winning ways. A little bit of contact in the back, though. Got to be careful. That's going to be Murray shoved up in. More drivers being spun around as going low. That's going to be that of Perkins. Actually, that's Ryan Matthews, as that will bring out our 4th yellow of the night. As that was Ryan Matthews who got shoved inside, bringing up all the smoke, and you could see the rear end damage. He was pushed, shoved around, and that's what we've been seeing a lot here tonight. As here's our Pulse Poppers instant replay. Caution number 4, going to be in the middle of the pack. These are the drivers around 10th, 11th. Just keep themselves close, and you're going to see Matthews give a little bit of a tap here to Murray coming into turn 1, which gets everyone jostled up, out of sorts. So everyone's trying to back down, slow up, and because the 51 was on the binders, everyone else didn't recognize that. Round goes to 51.
Yeah, man, oh man, what a tough break there for Ryan Matthews. And all right, I'm cooling off now.
Got your AC on, you ready to go?
Dude, I was sitting here in the broadcast booth and I'm sweating like a whore in Tijuana. I had just sweat coming down my face and on my chest, and I'm like, and I was like, man, I don't feel good. And then, obviously hymns in the background. Come here, come here. And I looked and I was like, the air conditioner's not on. That's why I'm sweating so bad. So, yes.
The solution is found.
Nothing is wrong. I do not have COVID symptoms. Well, I mean, you're not tied down to no FCC obligations, right? I mean, Or in Tijuana, is that a bad word? It's in the Bible. Or it's in the Bible, just like jackass and donkey and damn and hell. I mean, it's in the Bible.
Where's the next list? Are we ready to go down?
I mean, that's just the King James version. We need the NIV version. We need the all right. We're under caution, and there is 11 laps to go here. And Samuel, like we predicted, it has been caution field. It has yellow flag.
I mean, we've gotten a couple of 2-3 laps of green flag racing, and then a yellow comes around. Just these drivers, they're so clogged up with one another. If you can get spread out, we're going to see green flag racing, but because of all the restarts, we're still stuck on one-on-one.
Back underway, green flag of the air, and 10 laps to go in Twin 35, race number 1 here at Pensacola. There's the top view, the aerial coverage from the drone presented by All American Pools, and Retzlaff leads. Look at the interval there back to Harberts and White. You see them all bunched up with each other. We watch them come across the line. 9 to go, Samuel. Back to 1.
Yeah, they're all staying single file until you go back. Oh, they're spinning in the back, as I believe that was Steele who got out of sorts, and more drivers being spun around. Sellers, it's absolutely turned into a tosser as he's going to be getting himself just drivers trying to figure out how to slow up in the back.
I think that's the second caution for Sellers tonight so far, I think. Third
with you. Third or fourth.
Yeah, he should be parked. 2 unassisted, 3 with help, you're done.
Going to be coming this time on the entry of turn 1. Going to see Eric Steele be the first car to get jumbled up, and then chaos follows behind.
Yellow flag, caution is out. Dude, he just sent it, didn't he? I mean, he just did not. Can we ride on board with him? He said, our producer's right. He did not even slow down. He just sent it in the corner. Watch this, Samuel. On board with Eric Sellers. He didn't even stop.
I mean, it's also kind of hard to see at times, but we're going to be seeing the cars already getting loose, out of sorts. That is going to be Believe Steele first coming in the corner.
The RPMs are up at 6 and 7. Don't give me no excuse. Look at this.
Well, he's on the binders. He's trying to.
Okay, well, I stand corrected.
It looks like they're not, because everyone's on top of one another, and it's all about coasting your way through about half of the corners, and then you ease back into the throttle coming out of the exit. But
I don't know if the appropriate word is coasting in the corners.
There it is.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 5-lap shootout for the trucks in twin race number 1, and yeah, it's been caution field. Parker Retzlaff on the restart pulls away again.
Herbert White, they're going to be trying to slice and dice. Albuquerque's put his nose under White a couple of times, but just hasn't found enough space for him to make a pass. Or top 5 really been just staying the same, but it's that battle for 5th place is already wrecking behind.
Oh no! Oh buddy, you're going the wrong way. Truck number 1 or number 2.
78.
Oh my goodness, it was a 78 and a 2, I believe it was. That's Jake Silva, and yeah, I thought it was a 78 and a 2, but it's Jake Silva though. Yeah, it's Jake Silva. Watch the replay. Look at this. By the way, thanks to Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures, you're definitely getting in your replay tonight for sure.
And then Langford just doesn't slow down. The thing is, yeah, that side is ripped.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's why I thought it looked like an 8 or a 2. It got so donut pancaked, it's all gone. But it's Jake Silva's, though. Yeah.
I've been loving the new, ever since iRacing has put in the new model for the trucks, you're just seeing the sides getting ripped up a lot more. But yeah, that 7 is gone on the right side.
Samuel, I got to tell you, buddy, we had an awesome all-star race for the other night with the S&B Cup Series, and man, I'm still loving the wrap jobs and the way that the cars were designed for last Wednesday night.
Yeah,
I thought they were cool.
That was all Evan Coleman and that whole entire S&B team thinking about how do they want to look a little bit more kind of like the SRX guys, and the way that their schemes are pretty similar to one another. So that was the whole entire idea of the S&B All-Star schemes. But Wesley, we're going into our first attempt, possibly 3, of a green-white checkered.
Yeah, we're going into overtime. Go figure. So here we go. This is the rules. Bottom line, they'll come to the green flag if the leader takes the white flag. Next time by, the checker flag ends the race. If there is a caution after the white flag is displayed, race is official. If not, they'll go and go and go again. On the third attempt, if there is a wreckers or checkers, that flag ends the race, and then we reset and we go again. Oh, and yes, they are double file as well for the restart.
Oh boy, trying to get themselves sorted. I mean, I think we kind of have a feeling of who's going to win this race. It's everyone behind Parker Retzlaff that I'm questioning where they're going to finish here.
And don't forget, this is just the first of the twin 35s for the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Trucks. The super late models will then be on deck for 60 laps, twin 60s. For the super late models. Yes.
Twin 60s, more laps, faster cars. Excited for how they're going to be attacking later on tonight. The drivers
more yellow
stacked up.
flags.
the most famous of all the flags, the unknown 6 flag here at 5 Flags.
The Banana Republic flag. Yes. Ready for the restart. Overtime. Shootout number 1. Green is out here at Pensacola. We'll try it with one time take with now Retzlaff on the brake. Pulls away in 1 and 2. He's got 2 truck links back on Harberts and White that are side by side as they come for the white flag of the CRN1 to go, Samuel. In twin race number 1 to get there. No, they don't. They're wrecking. White wrecks. Harberts wrecks.
No.
Second and third take each other out.
White's upside down. He's finally going to get back on all 4, and they're stuck in the wall.
And there's a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
It just, Dustin Mombercat had nowhere to go. He was holding his line. Kevin White, as well as Herberts, were trying their best to sort themselves out. But in the end, both of our front runners out of this thing.
Are you serious? Second and third, there's a little ink and blink and nod there for a minute on the 3 of Polins. And watch this. Whoa, Nelly! Oh! 33 put Harbits in another zip code, much less a time zone.
Kevin White.
David Polins took out Harberts big time. Watch this one more time.
Yeah, I mean, Harberts is out of this thing. White's had to take a tow as well. Polins is out with a broken engine.
Oh, we're back for the restart. Here we go. With the no, this is the replay. I'm sorry.
Right, when this replay's over, we're gonna go green.
I turned away and looked, and I thought it was over. Watch this. Oh, whoa!
That
Did
looked
the 38 turn into him?
It just looks like some net code in that one. The drivers just, their hit boxes kind of overlapped one another, and the contact just snapped. Snapped all the drivers.
All right. White Jr. looked like he turned right and took out Harberts, and then the 33 just put him in another zip code. Seriously.
Here we go. Green flag. Pace truck is off, and it's going to be that of Parker Retzlaff taking us to the green.
This is the real restart. Take number 2. Let's try this again. Oh,
side by side for third. Dustin Mombercat's been stuck in 4th this whole entire time. Coming out of turn 4, there's a ton of smoke, but we're coming to the white flag.
Oh, it's over. CRN1 to go, and there's smoky somewhere. My goodness. They're either cooking sausages or chicken down the back straightaway. Parker Retzlaff out in front. No one can catch him as the smoke clears. It is going to be Parker Retzlaff, flag to flag in twin race number 1 to the trucks. Boy, oh boy, I think they're burning the chicken and sausages now.
I think there were about 3 or 4 drivers with blown engines just looping around this course, making it smokier and smokier each lap.
I thought that was a cookout gone wrong by the campers. Oh my goodness, what a fun time it was. We'll take a look at the results. No, we won't. Actually, we won't. Hang on, we got it. Stand by. Here we go. Cue that cheesy inspirational music in the background. And Parker Retzlaff will get the win, Samuel. Dustin Mombercat will finish second. Tony Quadros will go third. Charlie Mills fourth. Aiden Murray is fifth. Polins, Perkins, Payne, Matthews, Stellars, even though they had problems and cautions, they finished in the top 10. What is this music?
It's just, we're going crazy. Ryan Polin's going to be getting that 11th position. Mario came back after the first wreck of the race, going to be getting a 12th place finish for himself. 13th going to be that of Silva, and then that of Olette's going to be getting his 14th. Tonight was just a wild one. Holmes, Steele, Lakeford, Herbert, White Jr., and also that's going to be the drivers that finished out this race, as that of Sophia was not able to even start.
So I'm going to beg our producer to change this music. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll try to grab a word with Parker Retzlaff and Mombercat and all these other guys in the top 3. And we'll reset it for the truck. Oh my, okay, now I'm happy. And in the trucks, when we return for Twin Race 35, the second one is on the way after a quick practice session. We'll be back with more LSRTV CRN Sports coverage of the Summer Heat Series and the American iRacing League. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will back in just a few moments to grab words with our drivers. Parker Retzlaff has to step away to go relieve himself for a few moments. But while we are waiting, we will grab our runner-up, Dustin Mombercat, in race number 1. Dustin, you're taking the race, buddy. Yellow flag, caution fiesta again in the trucks.
Yeah, it was another caution fest. Just paced around for most of it, but it was still fun.
Yeah, I mean, Dustin, I know it wasn't a lot of green flag racing going on, but was there anything that you can take from this first race and take it to the next twin race?
I got a lot of opportunities to practice my restarts, so that might help me out in this one, because I think there might be a few more opportunities to practice them here, but other than that, not really. I haven't had many laps on this setup, and I spent the green flag laps that we had just trying to get used to it.
Fun times for sure, man. Thank your sponsors in closing, but Dustin, do you think we're going to see a lot of cautions in the second Twin 35 truck race?
I hope not, but unfortunately, I think there's going to be a lot. But I can't thank McCullough Manufacturing enough. They're all over this truck in big. I can't thank Tyler for putting this league on, you guys, for everything you guys do. LeDuc Matthews Racing, Shaw Motorsports, Devin Morgan Enterprises, just everybody.
There you go. That is the driver of Dustin Mombercat, and he will finish in the number 2 position. Back to victory lane again. It is Mr. Parker Retzlaff. Parker, congratulations, man. You back?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. That race was just a lot of restarts.
Yeah.
No green flag runs. It's just all about not letting anyone pass me on a restart is all there was to that race.
Yeah, I mean, Parker, it seemed pretty easy just seeing you take off. Is there anything that you can possibly take from that first race so you could move on to the next one?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely some stuff I can take from like the little bit of like one lap runs we got, but hopefully this race is a lot more green flag runs and we can see who ends up on top in this next 35 lap race.
Well, obviously, why do you think we're having so many cautions, Parker?
I don't know, it's just people being impatient, people trying to get to the bottom when they're not clear, and it's just causing wrecks.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get set to try it again here. There is Parker Retzlaff, winner of twin race number 1. And Samuel, we're getting ready to grid. We're going to do it again, brother. Race number 2.
Oh, man, we are ready. And just to let everyone know, again, the top 8 on where they finished got inverted. So expecting to see Parker, he's going to have a long day of trying to cut through traffic. If we have a lot of cautions like we just had, it's going to take a while for these drivers to even think about making their way forward because it takes about 3 laps before you really have a shot to even make a pass on the driver in front of you.
Well, we're ready to go, and look who's on the pole. It's T-Pain, Tyler Payne in the number 18. Big Perkins on the outside. We do not know the rest of the lineup, and we don't have any lineup music for you, so we're just going to let them roll here and get ready to go again here, Samuel. Yeah. I believe it's going to be Tyler Payne and Perkins on row number 1. David Polins and Ada Murray row number 2, and now they begin rolling. Darn it. Tony Quadros and Charlie Beals row 3. Parker Retzlaff, Dustin Mombercat row 4. Eric Sailors, Ryan Matthews row 5.
And then you're going to have Ryan Polins, Mario Escali, as well as Jake Sylvia and John. That of Olette's going to be in 14th. 15th is going to be John Holmes, as well as Eric Steele in 16th. Got to hope for a lot of these drivers in the back. That of Steele, Langford, Jacob Herberts, as well as Kevin White Jr. Kevin White Jr. and Herberts, they were racing up in our top 2 and 3. They've got a lot of work to recover if they want to finish up front here at the end of race 2.
So there is the starting lineup. Very quickly, presented by Team 126 Racing.
They're already being told. Race control coming over the radio saying, hey, 35 laps. We've already ran 1 race. Let's try to keep it cool here as we're getting ready for race number 2.
Ready for race number 2, and it is about that time. T-Pain, Perkins, front row, trucks are in. Twin 35, race 2 in Pensacola is green.
Still side by side, and for that of Payne, he did not get the best launch, still having that of Perkins to his outside. And with the inverted top 8 from where they finished during the first twin race, it really changes things up. Those drivers that were further back side by side for most of that first race, they're side by side for the lead.
Side by side for the lead down into turn number 1 and 2. Up the racetrack goes Perkins. Payne is there. Retzlaff is all the way back, mired in the top 10. He is in the position number 8. 9th spot. Matthews Polins around him. And we got Columbia in the back. Look out, trouble.
Ryan Polins gets squashed in the middle of a 3-wide racing.
No
we survive, and they continue to race on. And this is kind of the split up we want to see. This could enable these drivers to have a long green flag run here.
No caution, no caution. We will stay green.
Still side by side, Perkins, Payne, David Polins. They are our top 3. Aiden Murray in 4th place, kind of being a blocker for our top 3, enabling them and allowing them to continue to race hard up front as our top 3. Almost a little bit of contact, but those 6 drivers behind them, they are also staying side by side.
Man, I don't know if Nicholas Rogers got hired as the race director now for the American iRacing League in race 2, but they are honestly at the whip, and they are racing hard but clean because they were literally told on the radio, guys, oh my goodness, I jinxed it, son of a biscuit.
Mombercat going around from finishing 2nd to all the way back in last.
I spoke too soon.
we kind of knew that if we talked about it, that commentator's curse was going to hit at some point. But we were excited. They were racing 5 laps green, and then a little bit of a slip up.
It's my fault. I take responsibility.
I can't. I don't want to throw you under the bus, but
Go ahead.
we both said it at one point that they were running green. I was thinking about saying other stuff, and I was like, nah, I better keep my mouth shut. And then you took away. You sent us to our first caution of twin race number 2.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, green out
my
the ghost.
goodness. Well, we at least got a good green flag run in, so.
Yeah. It took them having to survive a possible first wreck. And from Ryan Polin's trying to survive, which broke up into 2 packs. And then it was that front pack that just had a little bit of a slip up from that of Dustin Marquette. Now puts him back in 18th position. And now the drivers are going to have to reset here, Wesley. And I hope that we can somehow get another little green flag run, but I think we've all got a sensation that it's just gonna kind of snowball into more and more wrecks.
Yeah. I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a bad night.
And you got fast guys that are still in the back, just mired there. I mean, you've got Jacob Herbers is going to be back in 12th, White back in 14th, Marquette's now back in 18th. Those are 3 drivers in the back half of the field that you know are going to be fast here.
And here they come back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. CMO, Screen Printing Supply Incorporated. Trucks back at it again. Supers are next.
Oh no, they're going to interfere a little bit frisky, and White goes around.
Be friends, be friends. No, they're not friends. Trouble. 38 of White.
Trying to see who exactly. I think it might have been Eels that got out of shape, might have gotten clipped out of turn number 2.
No, it was Harberts. It was payback from the first race.
Oh, man. But they're coming out of 2. This is when a lot of things are going to start shuffling. Drivers up front. Beals is going to get out of shape. A little bit of bump for action for himself, and White's then going to be collected and finding himself being spun around.
Well, I'm sorry. I added more to it than what there was. There was no contact with Harberts. He simply, White lost it on his own.
I mean, there was some contact with Eric Steele between White, but yeah, I mean, these guys certainly trying their best to survive through this pack in this field, but it's so difficult. You've got drivers side by side going nowhere, and it's kind of forcing these drivers that have been up front to try to force 3 wide incidences where you know it's going to bring up a caution at some point, because this track is not meant to be 3 wide racing through the corners. It's meant to stay low, get close to that apron, and just rip it on the inside.
Well, I was going to say let's take a quick break, but we're not. We're about to go back to the restart again, and we'll try to finish this race again. Twin 35s, race number 2 for the Super Trucks. The Super Late Models are next. They're in the Mountain Dew Kickstart Zone. Green flag back in the air, and Jake Perkins back at the restart. Whole shot, turn 1, pulling away. Pull in, sideways, look out! And Red Slaff, race 1 winners caught up in it. Turn 2, we got trouble. No.
Oh, I think Quattros was also mixed in. I think Quattros might have made contact with Red Slaff, and this is what initiated this wreck. It's going to be through 1 and 2 once again.
Let's watch the replay, shall we? This is right after the restart.
I mean, it's going to be just close racing from that of Quattros and also from Red Slaff. They're going to be side by side ahead, and then contact, and away they go.
Yeah, my goodness, wow. I mean,
just wheels touching, and it's making the physics of the tires just bounce the cars up.
And what is the rule? Is the rule that if you're involved in the caution, you go to the back? Everybody goes to the back? I mean,
Not everyone goes to the back. It matters on which driver they deem to be at fault of the wreck. Then they put that driver in the back, it looks like.
Well, it looks like they're saying Parker Retzlaff is the cause of the caution because he's in the back.
Yeah, well, he was the last car to get going as well. He was involved in the wreck, so that's going to be putting him back in 17th, which will be the second to last driver is Aiden Murray pulling his 72 truck into pit road as the drivers get stacked and ready to go. Well, as we're seeing up front, it's going to be that Jake Perkins, Dave Polins, and Tyler Payne, and Tony Quattros. And Jacob Herbert's able to move up to 5th place. What a rebound for this 80 team that started all the way back in 17th place as the Pace truck pulls off. Green flag in the air, and it's going to be Perkins as well as Polins able to make their way through 1 and 2 side by side for 3rd place. Sounds like Weston.
Back straight away. They go to 3. Perkins is there. Look at Harbert's back in that fight again. Quadros is there as well.
They're 3 wide behind, 2 rows
and there's
deep.
Contact. Yeah. Oh man, that didn't go well.
Nope.
They're wrecking.
It wasn't going to survive. Red
and they're still wrecking in turn 2. My goodness. Was that the 3?
The 3 was on the outside. But they were 3 wide, almost 2 rows deep, and it's that's going to be a mess that's not going to survive very well. It's coming down. We're going to see it the next time they come around these corners, but you're already seeing just the build-up to drivers being stacked up, and you're going to see Retzlaff, Mombercat, they're going to be mixed and mingled in this. 3 wide coming through the corner, and on the front stretch, madness happens.
Calamity at Pensacola. Back with more in a moment. Hot summer nights, the Summer Heat Series, round 4, 5 flags. LSRTV and CRN when we return.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
And the lights are still on the Pace truck. Looks like they're going to get at least one more lap around. 5 Flags Speedway, Pensacola, the home of the Snowball Derby. The most prestigious short track racing event in America. And tonight it has been a wreck fest for the trucks of the Summer Shootout here for the American iRacing League. You're so full of it. Oh, well, I can't say that. I mean, I could.
Oh, no,
I can't. We're going to go back to green. Try it again with 13. Make it 12 to go. The trucks at Pensacola. Back to it again, Samuel, in turn 1.
And we're back to caution immediately as we didn't go very long. Spun around. It's a Mario. Oh, no, Retzlaff's hurt as well.
Mario, and Retzlaff, Paco and Mario.
Oh, man.
They're spilling the beans on the restart. Watch this. He's spilling.
They didn't even get to turn 1 before these two got in mixed in with one another.
At least we can try to make it lively, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else you can say anymore.
Yeah. Looks like
look out.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
It's just the 42 gets out of shape and then collects out of Retzlaff, and both drivers come away with Well, that of Retzlaff, his engine is gone, and that's what we're seeing on the smoke on the front stretch. Is about 3 or 4 trucks. Engines have blown, and the smoke just billows out of their engines.
Well, so much for Parker and in a sweep in the trucks. That's gone for naught.
At least he did it last week, so he can already say, hey, he swept in the trucks and the super trucks this year last week at New Smyrna, and then also in the super late models he did back at South Boston. So he could say he swept both series at some point during this fun summer racing for these guys.
Well, we did it. He did it 2 or 3 times in the regular series season before the Summer Thunder or the Summer Heat series. He literally, on 2 or 3 occasions, swept the super late models, late model stocks, and the legend cars. We're going to go back to it again. Under 10 to go. 9 remaining. Now make it 8 at the stripe. Green flag back in the air, and Perkins is leading them into turn 1. Here comes Polins, though. He's in second.
Oh,
Quadros
no,
is
steal.
There.
Yeah, another yellow, and
Are
more
you
drivers
serious?
being collected in this one.
No.
As I believe Beal also got collected in this thing, but it's going to start out with that of Eric Steele in the 32. And we're just inching closer and closer to more overtime racing.
This is a new record of caution flags as well, might I add.
Drivers thought they'd figured out the setup, but when you're racing this hard, this close, not enough laps to make a lot of things in the drivers in front of you, and drivers just getting aggressive and a little bit of a tap, and around goes. Oh, man.
Wow.
That's the one thing with these short tracks is the drivers are carrying so much weight with these trucks. When you're coming into these corners, you're trying to get onto the binder, slowing yourself down, and sometimes you just can't slow up enough when a driver just cuts down in front of you. And when everyone's stacked up like this, it's so difficult to get any space for one another.
And we're green flag with now 5 laps to go here. Hopefully we can bring this one to the finish with Perkins out in front. They're going to go 3 wide behind him, behind third. Quadros, Harberts, Payne, and
Polins, he holds on. Oh, yellow waves.
Ryan Polins was involved in a late race caution in the first race, and now he's involved in this one as well. 5 to go, caution out. Another. Pulse Poppers, Fish and Lure, instant replay. My goodness.
It just wasn't able to really hit much. I mean, it's going to be coming out of the exit of the corner when we're going to be seeing the 33 get in himself. Mixie here.
Watch this.
Just gets loose, overcorrects, and sends himself up.
I mean, he's just happy to be here, and then all of a sudden he's just not. He's just oh.
Ooh. It looks like we're going to be having an inside the regulation.
Go back for a restart. Yeah,
inside the regulation, green-white checkered here.
This is still during the race distance. This is not overtime yet. Here we go. Perkins, boy, he got a big jump over the field on the restart. Holy cow, I don't know if that'll stick, but it'll stand. Here we go.
Harbert's probably the best option here, but we need to get the white flag.
Yeah, come on, guys. Be nice. Come to 3 and 4. Let's end this. Let's end this madness. Off turn 4, white flag, CRN 1 to go. Final time around for Jake Perkins. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it looks like Perkins is going to seal the deal as the pole truck of Tyler Payne spins. Bottom of turn 2. Here comes Harberts. One more shot at him. Can't get there. It's Perkins to win. Truck race number 2 at Pensacola.
Cautions just kept on rolling in, and it put that of Jake Perkins in the optimal position, leading the race. And we knew if you got a good launch, you most likely were going to win here tonight. And the 59 gets it done here for our second twin race for the super trucks. And now we get ready for some super late models.
Celebration, good times. Come on, yeah.
Oh man, this first race, there were a few moments where we thought maybe we could see some green-white racing, but it just never came. The second race, we got 5 laps in, we jinxed it, and it just piled on more and more cautions. But Perkins up front saw his competition wreck themselves away and giving the 59 here a win.
Jake Perkins lighting them up. He's joining them people burning their burgers and sausage in a barbecue. He says, let me give you some smoked rubber to boot.
I mean, he's going to really celebrate. It is getting more smoky than it's ever been.
It's like a smog over there, boy. It's like a smoke show. I can't see anything. This is shades of Eldor when that guy blew the smoke from the pit area. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it just completely fogged everything up. Oh man, credit
Here's
to
your
Jake,
results. If the smoke will clear, you'll be able to see the results on the screen. Cue the cheesy inspirational music. Here we go. Jake Perkins. That's not that bad. Jake Perkins wins. Jacob Harbert's. Oh wait, I knew the one starting. The other one just ended. Jacob Harbert's is second. Tony Quadros, as the smoke does clear now, finishes third. Kevin White Jr. fourth. John Elliott in fifth. Ryan Matthews going to the top 5. Along with Steele Langford. Eric Steele. A lot of Steels in that last couple of sentences. David Polins and Charlie Beals will be the top 10.
Mario Launi is going to be coming out with 11th place. And then you're going to be finding that of Tyler Payne after being spun around on the white flag, finishing back in 12th position with Dustin Mumbercat going to be back in 13th. And that's going to be the drivers that all could not finish this race, with that of Parker Retzlaff in 14th, Ryan Polins, Josh Helms, as well as Eric Sellers and Aiden Murray were the drivers that were able to start this race and finish it out, as Jake Sylvia just could not make it too far in this run, came out of this race early. And thank you to that of Kyle Souza, that is a race control here tonight and is doing his best to try to keep everyone neat and tidy. And great job by Souza here tonight late in the race. If he was running the controls, making sure those pace laps under caution were as short as they possibly could be here for this second twin race.
This controlled chaos, if you would call it that. But when it's all said and done, again, it was the driver of Jake Perkins getting the win. We will step away. When we come back, we will grab our top 3, or try to grab our top 3 from the Trucks Twin Race number 2. And we go super late model racing coming up next. Twin 60s, part of round 4. The penultimate race of the series of what is the American iRacing League Summer Heat Series. 5 Flag Speedway, with more in a moment. LSRTV and CRN Sports.
Out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom t-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized, I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. You know, just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you just race on Texas shirts, you know, it's a little bit differently. You know, you can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and you know, they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, you know, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
They're crashing in practice. Welcome back to coverage on LSRTV, and for those that are listening on the Community Radio Network, Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland here with you. We also have Charles Wooten, aka him, in the production chair. Him. We have hymns. Hymns. Is it hymns? We have Hims. We don't have him. It's Hims. Hims is in the house.
Who's we talking about?
Hims.
Oh.
You know Hims.
Hims is always in our ear.
Hims is always here, my ear. I'm a poet that didn't even know it. Five Flag Speedway is where we're at. This is coverage of the American iRacing League of the Summer Shootout Series. Jerome Smith says, great race by Ryan Polins. Yeah, okay. And we're going to go super late model racing here in just a few moments. Samuel, what do you think we're going to see compared to the trucks to the supers? And there goes the cone flying through the air. Yep.
Oh, still disrespecting the cones I see from the trucks over to the super late models, but we're expecting these drivers to be a little bit faster, almost a full half a second for some, even a full second faster than what the trucks were doing. And also here tonight for the super late models, there was some drama last week. A lot of drivers itching to get some rebounds as last week's winner at New Smyrna. It was that of Parker Retzlaff winning the first twin race at New Smyrna, and then the second race was won by that of Thomas Axum. And Axum wasn't making a lot of friends during that first race. Seller's got to get on the binders, and that is not how you want to start out your first qualifying lap.
When the lights turn green, yeah, buddy, that's a dirt track thing on the pavement. Here comes Kevin White, number 38. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, in this field, there's going to be about 2 more drivers added in. So we're hoping to see about 21 drivers for this field here tonight, possibly 22. But with more drivers implemented, faster car, got to get on the brakes even harder on the entry of these corners. It's mixing up into a recipe of possibly cautions. White gets into the outside wall and just going to park it after that one.
Off. He was coasting it in the corner. He took time and just said, "The heck with it, hit the wall." Here comes Parker Retzlaff. Any day now, buddy. Here he comes from Ron Lander, Wisconsin. The home of cheese curds. Cheese curds. I had a lot of them while I was up in the Midwest last week. Culver's Buffalo Wild Wings was my friend. Cheese curd land up in Wisconsin as well. Slinger, Wisconsin. Back straight away, Parker Retzlaff. Here he comes, Samuel.
Parker Retzlaff looking to get a rebound after that last trucks race. DQ'd in the second of our 2 twin ring super trucks, and
boom!
Top of the board immediately by 0.02 of a second.
And only 1 lap.
I mean, sometimes you only need just one.
Here comes Dustin Mombercat. What will he do in the number 16 machine? Sponsored by, I believe, it's Studio Wraps.
For a lot of these guys want to qualify up front. If anything you take away from that from the trucks races, track position is key. And even with that little bit of a scrub, 3rd on the board.
And he's happy with it. He's like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. I'm happy. I will park it.
Happy to be here.
Oh, here comes Thomas Axum. This guy's always fun to watch.
Axum willing to get aggressive last week, put himself in a spot to win. Again, track position so key. If Axum wants a shot to win here, he needs to make sure he's on top of the board, and just like that, he does so.
The Pink Panther goes to the top of the board. Here comes RS Center. And I'll tell you what, Samuel, looking at his car right here, man, it looks like he's trying to copy Stephen Nassie's colors. I don't know if you know Stephen Nassie, the car 51, but that's what his colors look like.
Trying to get those sharp angles, and second is the best for RS. And for Center, he's actually one of the drivers fastest during practice, because kind of was a shock to see him not topping the board.
Yeah.
Reset. He still got 1 more lap if needed for the 110.
He's second. Don't need to go out no more. He's happy.
I mean, he's
content. He's content to be on the outside front row.
I mean, the pole position's a nice place to be in that control car. If we find ourselves with a lot of cautions coming up, you kind of want to make sure you're up there.
Don't say that word. I command you not to use the word or anything that says caution, wreck, calamity, yellow, crash, oh darn, anything that is involved Right. Can't say them after the clock runs out. So get it out of your system now, Samuel.
All right. Well, let's just go make some lemonade. We might need that. Give that to the stewards up front.
Lemon lime, baby, lemon lime. Apples to oranges, as they say. Hey, it looks like Axum is the man on the pole. Center is second. Is he going to come back out? I don't think he is.
No.
You're holding up show, Center. What are you doing?
I know.
Get off the pit lane.
Driver just trying to get as much track time as possible. Tony Quattros is he's already finished his time, 16th on the board currently, but he's been just running laps after he finished.
Well,
track time important, especially if you can find your way to cut through this field.
Somebody's out.
It's gonna be important.
Hey, you already took your time. Extra laps are needed for Ole Tony Quadros. Here he comes. Yes. Hey, qualifying's over and Cole Axum's on the pole. Well, you know Axum, whoever, I'm sorry. Thomas Axum, my bad. It's Thomas Axum on the pole. Yeah.
You just got mixed up with the names. That's all. They're all fast.
There's a real race car driver that is related to Parker Martin and that whole clan out of Georgia, and his name is Cole Axum. And I just had a moment and thought about it. So, my bad.
I thought you just saw Cole Quinn.
All right, here we
51.
go. Oh, I like it. Here we go. New lineup music. T126 racing starting lineup. Super late battle race round 1 for the twins. Thomas Axum on the pole. RS Center, row 1. Row 2. We'll find Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, the home of cheese curds. And Cole Quinton in the number 51 machine. Row 3, Dustin Marquette, 16. To the outside, Sid Nagy, number 93. Row 4, Aiden Murray in the 72. Kevin White Jr., 38. Row 5 on the grid, David Polins in 33. Joshua Butler in the 12, your top 10 here at Five Flags.
In row number 6, in 11, that's where we'll find Tyler Payne and also Mario Escrolli, who's going to be back there. 42, we'll see if he can survive. Had 2 poor races for himself, trying to rebound. Going to be back in row number 7, then, where we find Jake Perkins, winner of the Twin Ring second race for the Super Trucks here tonight, with Steele Langford going to be in that of 14th position. Going back to that of row 8, we find that of Wally Wilson, as well as that of Tony Quattros. And finishing out that of row 9 is going to be that of Colton Everham and Stephen Norris. And these are the drivers that put down times. Those that didn't is going to be that of Kyle Souza. Going to be race control here tonight, but 2 is outside. Going to be that of Eric Steele. And our last row going to be that of Eric Sellers and Ryan Polins.
22 super late models. Make it 21 because 1 is race control. Twin 60s. Race number 1 here on the half mile in virtual Pensacola, Five Flags Speedway. This is their dance. They do it every year in December, the home of the Snowball Derby. It's the penultimate race for the CMO, Printing Supply Incorporated. Supers, race 1 is green. We're underway.
Side by side, stuck on the outside, though. It's going to be center in the 110. He's going to lose another position as Parker Retzlaff easily up to second place. And already issues for Sellers. He's going to be starting on the back end. 97 having his issues, but up front, they're trying to get single file as quick as possible, but that's going to be Retzlaff pushed up to the high side.
We had a little incident there with Sellers, but he fell all the way to the back, but there is no, I can't say the word. Remember, we said no more talking about those things. Oh, no more.
Well, him
we
said
actually
it.
Do have a
him
caution.
said it, and it came out immediately in our ear.
Him said it. Him said caution.
Oh, Tony Quattros in the 22. Going to be spun around on coming out of the exit of turn 4.
Olé!
Oh, man. Faster cars, braking zones, a little bit different, and a little bit of contact going to be utilized getting the 22 around. Getting some help from that of Eric Steele.
Well, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he helped him.
They're But hey, how about you do a little bit of a twirl for us? Show off that paint scheme.
Well, at least they got about 4 laps in before the caution came out.
Yeah, I mean, they were flying around here, and that's the main thing with these super late models is you are flying with a lot of speed, and these laps are going to tick away quickly, and even under yellow, it can take a while for these caution laps to go, but it seems like that of Kyle Souza trying to ramp up these pace laps, so driver is going to be told 2 laps to go. We're getting ready for the 1 to go marker.
Trying to speed up the show. Hey, by the way, don't forget Rockingham tonight. Greg Rentz and myself will be in the booth. Samuel, you're taking off tonight, right? Aren't you off tonight?
Yeah, I'm off tonight, and we'll see what's coming up. I know the next one for me is going to be the SMB Cup Series Wednesday night.
Yes, and we are road course racing at Sonoma.
So those drivers are getting set up. A lot of practice has been going on over the weekend for those guys, recognizing road course racing is a tough order. Got to say, Braxton DeWeese probably the odds-on favorite going into that race.
Got himself a bullseye as well, especially for Ross the Boss Tatum. And they're not discussing dinner plans, I promise you that. Green flag, here we go, back to it again. Win 60, race 1 on the restart, and Axum is gone.
Center's got to figure out how to get himself under. He's got to the quarter panel of Retzlaff, and the battle for second place still on, and almost some contact made between those drivers, but back to 6th place. Side-by-side action. Nagy, Murray, they are racing hard between those two. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Inside the corner there. Yes, sir. Wow. I mean, they're just happy to be here. Look at this.
Absolutely. Loving it.
What was that?
Continue
Bottom
to
right.
run, and looks like some drivers blinking a little bit. So far, still saying single filed out for most of the field. Thomas Axum, Parker Retzlaff centers continue to race on. Mumbercat now up to 4th place.
Working their way off the back straightaway. Charles, can we drop down to 480? Back stretch into turn number 3. Axum, Retzlaff, center. All those cars. Bombercat, Quentin, top 5. All of them in that mix. And there you go, door to door there for just a second. As your top 10 work their way across start finish line.
A hard side-by-side action.
Axum out in front.
Yeah, I mean, Axum's been doing a dazzling job staying out front. And all he needs to do, stay low. That's the preferred lane to be in with these super late models. This amazing save from David Polin's back in the middle of the field. Almost brought out the flag.
We had one. Just stop talking about him. One time.
Still single file out for most of the field.
Chiquita flag.
Next closest side-by-side action is back in 13th, where you got Butler and Payne. They are racing hard also with that of Wally Wilson. But up front, Parker Retzlaff, if he's going to make the pass here, I'd have to use that chrome horn just a little bit, get the 13 out of shape.
Thomas Axum leads the way. Retzlaff is there. Looking for the lead. He's on the inside.
Trying a different.
Center also doing good in 3rd. Look at that right there. The car 10 looking strong.
Yeah, I mean, these drivers all were extremely quick. Our top 3 during qualifying, our top 3 during practice, and they're just showing off the speed that these drivers have had all session long. And with no surprise, Thomas Axum, winner of last week, and Retzlaff also won the first race of the super late models last week. And both these guys won 2. They've really been the favorites all season long. But Axum, he wants to get a 2nd win in these super late models.
Working off turn 4. Here comes Axum across the line. All right, everybody's kind of all spread out now. That's good. Got a nice little run going for everybody. That'll make the laps go by really, really quick.
They're doing their best, trying to make sure they survive. Side by side for 8th place, Kevin White Jr., Jake Perkins. They're going to be still sliding. Perkins, though, that rear end touched on the fact that there's got to be a little bit of throttle control for these drivers. There's a lot more horsepower in these things. You can get yourself squirrely in. Right now, Perkins struggling on the inside, coming at turn number 4. That rear end just wants to wiggle around, and he's doing his best to keep himself off of that of Kevin White. You can just see the 59. Yes, he's in the preferred lane, but with the struggling of getting the exit speed, it's costing those drivers to stay side by side.
Side by side, as Samuel mentioned, back across the start finish line. There goes T-Pain, Tyler Payne, battling on the inside of the Polins machine there.
Battle for the lead. Retzlaff got to the quarter panel. But I don't know if he got the launch out. He's still at the quarter panel. He's right there, but he's going to be sliding, drifting. Got a little bit of a puff of smoke from drifting on the entry of turn 1.
Got to make sure they don't burn up those tires, because they do not pit and change tires in this race. Here they come on 4. Axum and Retzlaff battling. Center on the outside looking in, licking his chops. He's ready to pounce like them on a coiled cobra if the opportunity awaits. Here comes Axum and Retzlaff right there to 3 and 4. And now they'll fan back out single file. We're up on halfway in twin race number 1 as well. Whoa, trouble car in the wall, front straightaway.
That's going to be that of David Polins. We stay green. It's a 33. Caution. Just limping his way through, finally getting back up to speed. But luckily, it did not come out. We stay green. Was still that of Axum, Retzlaff, and also center, our top 3. We thought we were going to be seeing a lot more possibly side-by-side action, and the drivers have been staying side-by-side for the last about 15 laps or so. Kevin White Jr. as well as Perkins, they still are battling for 8th place side-by-side. I say
closing in on that halfway mark with theirs. Cars everywhere. There's a 33 Polins there. Ercolani's in that mix. There goes the 12 machine up the racetrack. This is Oliette, John Oliette in the middle there. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Butler got out of sorts coming out of turn number 4, and he's still struggling. The 12 just is struggling to get the speed off the corner, and he might get a little bit of a bump here. Eric Steele's trying to figure out how to get by. Ooh, a little bit of a late block by the 12, trying to get entered in, and be careful with these guys further back.
Man, I like Butler's car. I like Butler's car. That yellow car with the racing pinstripes, that looks really cool.
Yeah, kind of going back with the Camaro look of the Transformer days.
Are you Samuel James Witwicky, descendant of Archibald Witwicky?
Goodness. Hello, Optimus Prime. I didn't know you were here.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Well, as we continue to stay green, a factor that we have not touched on at all this season, lap traffic might be something for us to look into for in the upcoming possibly 5 to 10 laps, as our leaders are coming up to the 7 and the 27 that have been battling hard.
We are after halfway as well. Yep, and the race rolls on with Axum still leading the way. Retzlaff right there, 1 and 2. Center losing ground now on the top 2 cars. RS Center falling back. You think he's losing ground, Samuel, or do you think he's doing that intentionally, playing possum, hanging back?
Oh, he might have been holding back, trying to save his tires.
Oh, we got a caution.
Car flipping. That's going to be the 69. And all our leaders, luckily they can phase through the pace car, but that was a scary moment. I was like, oh gosh, a white car is going through the 69. As it's going to be that of Wally Wilson. He's going to be having issues, going to be seeing the 69. A little bit of a tumble for himself.
He had some help. Watch this. Tony Quadros. Ole.
There's a little tad of a bump, drifting around. Overcorrects and whoop.
He just hit the perfect part of the exit of the route. Oh my God! Oh, Center and Sellers hit him. Yeah. And then watch this. Here comes the leaders in the pace car. Whoa! Oh.
That pace car needs to understand we're under pacing. You don't have to fly around the course like that.
Good work by Peter, the pace car driver. We're back in a moment to finish race 1, and we'll reset and do it again for round 4, American iRacing League from Five Flags Speedway, LSRTV, and CRN Sports. Pace cars in, green flag. They have ruffled up the pack behind the leader into 1.
Oh, centers.
Whoa!
Oh, they are rubbing for second place. Retzlaff's got to be careful. He's trying to pinch low, but the 110 battling strong as we're stacked up once again, Wesley. Danger zone with everyone so close.
They're in contact. Retzlaff up the racetrack. Whoa! And behind them, Mombercat. Did them have a battle going on into the corner?
Oh, Nagy, he's getting aggressive. Thought he was going to push Mombercat into a little bit of the battling that's going on for second place, but yellow flag waves. It's Ryan Pollins on the front stretch.
Well, Jerome Smith, Ryan Pollins not having a great race in race 1 for the Supers. Caution out. Watch this. Did he have help?
I would imagine it's going to be coming out of turn number 4. Drivers are certainly close, but we've been seeing drivers getting loose coming out of the corner, so it's possible. Blinks. Ooh. Yep, there's the help.
Oh, no. That coat.
Little bit of internet popping up, and that's what the virtual side of things brings us is real life racing. You got random effects that can happen, parts breaking. For us, it's cars blinking around all over the place with some internet issues of connecting to the server, and for that, Ryan Pollins costing him a lot of time and ground, sending that 3 into pit road.
And this reminds me to remind you to help control the internet population. Have your internet bandwidth higher so it doesn't lag. Or pay your bills. So they don't disconnect your internet. I was trying to wake up him. That's what I'm talking about, but you responded though, didn't you? What did you say that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard?
I don't think I'm obligated to repeat it.
Hey. Oh, we're back to green. That's the truth though. Pay your internet bills. Hey, there was a time in my life that I was lagging bad too. I mean, you know, I had to get service fixed as well, Samuel.
Oh, absolutely. I had my internet woes last year as well. As a lot of hard racing going on. More contact going to be made of our front 2. And Axum, he's hoping he can somehow sneak away from the drivers behind him. And center and Retzlaff, no contact, wrecking and sliding across. And more drivers going to be piling in.
There's the big one. It's the big one. Holy cow. And they are still wrecking. Open up a virtual Waffle House. They are scattered, smothered, and covered with a metal omelet mayhem of destruction. And let's watch this again.
We're gonna see the end of this. Starting it was up front with Retzlaff.
It started with second spot behind the leaders. Yeah,
they were beating and banging already, and
I would say Center got into him. Yeah, there's the contact. Center and Retzlaff drove each other down below the bottom, and they weren't backing off, and then everybody else got on the binders to check up to miss it. My goodness, wow.
Yeah, Mombercat wasn't sure where the other drivers were going to go, which he decided to spin to try to avoid the carnage, which then just stacked up the whole entire field. putting in about 8, 9, almost 10 drivers mixed into this wreck. Well, now I think it's the question of Thomas Axon was not involved in that wreck at all. 13 still looking prime, good.
I think
no
he's
damage.
got this race now. I really do. I see they're keeping Retzlaff up there, though. I'm wondering if they have.
Well, it wasn't the cause of the yellow. Yes, there was contact sliding between himself and also that of Center.
Him and Center were the ones that, I mean.
They were dicing it up, but they actually didn't bring out the yellow. That actually would go to Momberket of the 16. He was the one who actually got fully sideways first that brought out the yellow. So that's what happened with a lot of these guys, and the rest of the field tacked on. And even if we sent drivers back, I mean, so much of the field was involved in this, everyone kind of would be still where they're lying right now.
And honestly, even though they got their spots back, you got to wonder, Samuel, did they flat spot tires, especially Center and Momberket, or Center and Retzlaff, right behind the leaders here. We'll see what happens.
We've already seen Retzlaff slide and really use up his tires already earlier in this race in the first 20 laps. The question is, will he continue to have any tires, or will a new contender come in to try to get second place?
Green flag. Retzlaff opens up the door to the outside on Axum, and Axum not going to back down. They're side by side for the lead in 3.
Ooh, Axum's drifting up. They're contact. They're bumping. They're rubbing down the front stretch.
Bumping, banging, slamming, bamming. Thank you, ma'am. And off into the corner into 1 and 2. 10 to go this time by.
All that Retzlaff has to do, make sure he's got just a nose. That's all he needs. If he get a good enough run, just like that, he can find himself winning this thing. Or why not get a good enough run to make the pass?
Retzlaff outside. Center back in the battle. He goes to the outside as well. Tried to hook up with Axum and shut the door on him. Now they're all single file. They're slither their way out of turn 4. Caution's out. 9 to go. Wrecking in turn 4. Back straight away. Oh my goodness, it's Mario.
Mario.
And several others.
Also going to be Quattros involved.
Olé! Every time you say Tony Quadros, think of Trace and Quattro.
Yeah, it's going to start out with the 22, making contact with that of David Polins coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, Arculani. Oh, Mario. Oh, Mario.
That is not the pipe you're looking for to go down and go look for Bowser there, Mario. We can't say it too much. You've got to be careful. Nintendo is very ruthless.
They can't figure out that I'm making the sound effects by doing it with my own voice.
You'd be surprised.
Like I'm using.
Oh, lights are off. We're going this time by.
Oh my goodness, guys! And this is still in the same distance of the race. We got 7 to go. We got 7 to go, fellers. Fellers, this ain't over.
And
6
now,
to go, fellers. Yeah.
Parker Retzlaff, he had the lead. We'll see what type of launch he can get here now.
Green flag, and they're bumping. Center got hung out the on the inside. He puts him up the track.
Oh, they're almost thinking about 3 wide. Center and Nagy still just on top of one another, not giving any space as our front 2 just pull away.
Penny for your thoughts, Chief, and they're wrecking on the front straightaway. Look out, trouble again, turn 1. It's like the snowball derby. Oh my goodness, this is like the derby. Green caution flag and red flag, and oh my God.
You know,
holy smokes.
Well, Well, you know, when you've got the front pack racing so close, you know something's going to happen at some point.
I said, pity for your thoughts, Chief. That just took out the whole corner of the field. Watch this. Oh, my goodness. It's right here. Look at this. It's center, too. Look at center.
Oh, that was actually the row behind him. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
It's just a mess. And now Derek Steele's going to be taking a pit road. He's going to be done. Looks like Murray is already parking it.
Are they saying Parker Retzlaff is the leader?
Yeah, Parker Retzlaff's been the leader. He made the outside pass about 5-6 laps ago under green, and then
I missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it.
And then the last restart, he got to just take off and never really had to worry about it.
I missed it. Don't judge me. I missed it.
To be fair, we just tried to consume that whole entire wreck, and now it has put us into overtime. First attempt
my
to 3.
goodness. This is the first attempt to 3 coming up. That was, oh my goodness. What a crash.
And this is only the first of
if this was a real race right now, the race would be red flag. We would not be going around in circles. This race would be halted.
They'd be done for the night.
that crash right there that we just saw reminded me of what happened between Ty Majeski and Ty Majeski and Jeff Chiquette during the Snowball Derby a couple of years ago, and even also possibly the qualifying race between now a Cup Series racer for Penske Racing next year, or for the Wood Brothers next year, Harrison Burton and Rich Bickle, when they wrecked each other.
Oh no! Driver blowing up, going down low. That's going to be Cole Quinn, and with all the front end damage we've been seeing from a lot of these drivers, that's another factor to watch out for, is someone could blow their engine.
Oh, Cole Quinton. Oh man, tough right.
And Quinton was running up in the top 5, top 10 for most of this race, and now he's out.
He just blew it up, and I don't mean in a good way. So there will be 3 attempts at a green-white checker. We will try our darndest to get this in. We'll try. No, I don't. No, who told you that? No, I don't.
Oh, they're banging already.
Green flag. Here we go.
Before the green flag even waved, Retzlaff and Axum were already beating and banging, and here comes that of the 223.
This is unsettled business, fellers. And turn 3, they come. The CRN1 to go. Final time around. Parker Retzlaff leading the way, but here comes Thomas Axum one more time, and a shot out of minute 2. Samuel, who's going to win it?
Axum's going to have one more shot. If he can get right to the bumper and possibly give a hit, but he's too high, it's going to be that of Parker Retzlaff winning the first race here for the Super Late Models, but Axum certainly gave it his best effort.
Parker Retzlaff, just like in race 1 of the trucks, wins in race number 1 of the CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated Super Late Models. Oh, and by the way, he got caught up in a wreck earlier. Redeemed himself, came back through the field, got the win. Yeah. Let's take a look at the results of race number 1. Hey, digging this music. Yeah.
It's fine.
Parker Retzlaff wins. Thomas Axum coming up 1 spot short. Bill Langford will finish 3rd. Carson Nagy 4th. Kevin White Jr. 5th. Polins, Mombercat, Center, Payne, Perkins. A wild one. There's your top 10, Samuel, in race 1, and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one for this race, too. There's a lot of heavy hitters going to be in the back. Watch out for Eric Sellers, also Ryan Polins. They're going to be further back in the field. And also for Murray, expect them to try to make a great launch through the field.
We will take a break so you can enjoy this musical interlude, and we will come back for more in a moment. American iRacing League Summer Heat Series from Five Flags Speedway. LSRTV, and those that are listening on CRN Sports. Welcome back. Coverage fast for the Supers. Congratulations again to Parker Retzlaff. We'll talk to him in a moment, but first we will go to our top three. Steely, your take of the race, man. Pretty crazy race. You'll finish in the third spot.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I just tried to stay out of trouble and get to the front, and that's what I did, but it was pretty good.
It was awesome watching you run out there, able to survive all the carnage that was around you. Is there anything that you could take from that first race and move on to the second?
Yeah, hopefully this time, since I'm starting further up front, I'll be able to keep my car clean and run up front in this one and not have to worry about getting crashed.
All right, thanks, buddy. Third place runner-up. We got to make it quick, buddy. Mr. Axum, you're talking the race, man. Second spot.
Yeah, I led a lot of the laps. Just got too tight on the bottom there at the end, and didn't want to have any issues like last week when we just had older tires. And I tried out driving, got into Parker last week, so I wanted to make sure there was more respect this week. Definitely had a good race right there. Threw it away at the end there, but learned a little bit and going to take it on to this next race, see if we can close it out.
Yeah, Thomas, I mean, a great run for yourself. What is something that you could possibly have done there late?
Just not spin the tires on the restarts. Restarts are huge. Parker's really good at them, and he always has been. That's the one thing I lack at, so I'm definitely going to have to get better at those, but just my restarts.
And last but not least, the victory lane, Parker Retzlaff. Parker, congratulations. Truck Race 1 winner, Super Late Model Race 1 winner, but it was not easy. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, like Axum said, just restarts were huge, and I got to the outside of him, and he was tight, and I ended up clearing him on the top, and then I just had to hold off the restarts. And I am decent at restarts, but everyone makes mistakes, so that restart wasn't the best, but I was able to hold on.
Congratulations on your win once again, Parker, and any final thoughts to your sponsors?
I just have to thank Ponzi, EcoTract, Iron Horse Loggers, just everyone who supports me like normal. But hopefully I'll be talking to you guys at the end of this 60 laps.
Good luck to all of y'all in race number 2 coming up next. The field is gridded, and we're ready to go for twin race number 2. And there's been an invert added to the equation as well, just like always. And Samuel, we're going to see RS Center.
Yeah, I mean, center.
On the front row. RS Center, Dustin Momberket will make up row number 1. We'll see what goes on here. David Polins, Kevin White Jr., row 2. Carson Nagy, still Langford will make up row 3. We just spoke to him a moment ago. Thomas Axum is row 4, along with Retzlaff, so the winning row is inverted. Then you got Tyler Payne and Jake Perkins, your top 10 for race number 2. The field's rolling.
Yeah, and then it was Butler, Norris, Akali, as well as that of Everham, going to be your top 14. Quattro, Quinton, and Murray, Wilson, Steele, Ryan Pollin's going to be your top 20. It looks like we're only going to be having 20 drivers racing, as Eric Sellers looks like he is already left, does not want to race in the second race here tonight.
Yep. Pace in the field. Ready to go. 1 to go indication this time by. So RS Center and Momberkid both had some bad luck in race number 1. They get the call for the invert. Will it work? Here we go.
I'm liking this. I am loving where RS Centers is, because he was the 3rd fastest of the field during our first race for these super late models here tonight. Yeah, I think with him being up front and the fact that he's also going to be worrying about Axum and Retzlaff back in 7th and 8th, that's a lot of traffic that you've got to figure out how to cut through and hope that they don't get caught up in anyone else's messes.
Reaper Speed Lab, Pulse Poppers, Summer Heat Series, BMO, Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, Supers Twin, Race 2, green at 5 flags. Another 60 laps around, virtual Pensacola underway, and we are side by side for the lead.
And it looks like Mombercat not feeling comfortable enough to try to force that outside move like we saw from Retzlaff, but also got to be careful. A little bit of shimmy in his 4th place. That's where drivers are side by side, but they're already wrecking behind.
Little shimmying and shaking there for a moment. We got him wrecking in the back. Caution is out. Mario wrecking again. And a couple of other cars as well. Oh, my goodness.
Cole Quinn, as well as that is Ryan Polins, and Ryan's going to just take the tow. Well, he didn't go as long as we did the last race. But certainly gave it a good effort. As up front, it looked like it was great racing, but back here, the back half of the back, drivers just running a little bit too close, a little bit of a bump, and there goes Mario around.
So that's where it started, and then they kept wrecking again. Then they kept wrecking again going to turn 1.
Yeah, that's when Ryan Polins, Quinton, both were involved in that wreck. And that's going to be a racing deal call by Race Control. So no one getting an EOL for that one. And also all the drivers that were involved already set in the back. As up front, they're getting reset. Looks like we're soon to be getting that 1 to go marker. RS Center, that of Dustin Bombercat, your top 2, with that of David Polins, Kevin White Jr., Carson Nagy, going to be your top 10. Thomas Axum, as well as that of Steele Langford and Retzlaff. They've been able to just make a couple of shifts to where they're at. Have to wait and see what will Thomas Axum and Retzlaff, how will they cut their way through right now on the outside. That's where we're going to be seeing both that of Retzlaff and Axum. But up front, Center, Mombercat, getting ready to go green. Pace car is off.
Lights are off the pace car. Makes the left-hand turn. Here comes the field. And we're back for the restart here. And Center again pulling away on the restart. Look at this. Oh, man. Side-by-side contact! Going around, and he spins and blocks the path, and he calls a big wreck on the back straightaway. That was the 2nd place car. Up and over. 27 on his lid as well. Holy cow!
That's Steve Norris.
And this started with Polins in 33.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of looks similar to how the first race in these super late models went for Polins. He just got loose and was trying to save it through the whole entire corner. Went on the apron. It just never worked out for the 33.
You see him go down below the bottom of the apron right there into turn 1 and 2, and he's screwed. Look at this after the contact from Mombercat. And he comes back up the racetrack. Perkins helped him. Perkins gave him the assist, and he got collected as well.
Wasn't the assist that he wanted to give out, but sometimes you're just locked into those spots where drivers are going to be taken out, and we're already seeing a lot of DNFs. Drivers just saying, you know what, we're going to chalk tonight up. We've already tried the first race, second race went pretty similar. That of Perkins, he has parked it for the day. Also Joshua Butler and Ryan Polins all have parked it for the night. And up front, still the same show of our front two.
Jerome Smith, I think you jinxed Ryan when you got in the chat box telling him he was doing a good job.
Yeah,
Under caution. Quick break. We'll be back with more from Five Flags in a moment. The American iRacing League returns from Pensacola.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Here, Five Flags Speedway, Samuel Dyer, Wesley Outland. Ems is in the house, Charles Wooten on the production for LSRTV and CRN, and we are ready for the restart of the Mountain Dew Start Zone. RS Center, Momberket, green flag back in the air.
Thomas Axum, he's going to be on the outside. That pink machine is on the move, and right behind him, that's going to be Parker Retzlaff, our winner of the Super Late Models first race. They're trying to make that outside line work. Retzlaff made it work the last time, but here comes the Panther.
The Pink Panther, cue up that music. Here he comes, he's up to third. Cheese Curd right behind him, Retzlaff, he's up to fourth. Inside, there they go. Those are your cars that started in row 4 on back on the invert. The top 8 cars were inverted. We got one in the fence out of turn 4, the red car.
That's Eric Steele.
Going. No caution.
Steele's going to drop to the back of the end of the line, but they're trying to single file out, and this is exactly what we want to see. Drivers getting in line, respecting one another. And then we'll see who can start making some moves after the halfway marker.
Yes, be friends. As Center leads, Momberket in second. Thomas Axum third. Parker Retzlaff right with him. Honestly, Samuel, it's like row 4 just hooked up with each other, and they said, all right, we'll continue our shenanigans later, but right now we got to get on a mission. We got to play Maverick and Goose, and we got to get to the front.
Yeah, and this is where Parker Retzlaff's in a kind of a tricky situation where you can try to use the drivers in front of him as a pick to try to get under that of Thomas Axum, but at the same time, you're kind of have to pick and choose. Do you want to be aggressive early and use up the tires or not?
Axum inside of Momberket looking for that number 2 position. He's there at the line. Retzlaff will follow. Open the door to the inside. 2 for 1 on Momberket as he goes down. Retzlaff on the inside. He'll clear him for that spot.
The smoke we're seeing on the front stretch, that was from 2 laps ago. Tony Quattro's got out of shape, but we say green even with the 22's incident. And Quattro's soon to be a lapped car that the lead lap drivers are going to have to deal with here soon. Or not.
By the way, your teammates are there as well with Center and Axum. Caution's out. We got a caution.
Willie Wilson. Wally Wilson, excuse me.
Wally, it's Wally. Is that Wally? Wally goes around.
Oh my goodness. Wally certainly didn't finish his wreck, but he put himself in a pretty poor situation on the front stretch. You're going to see he's already getting a little bit out of sorts. And the 69 is going to say hello to that outside wall. Smoke visibility might have been a little bit of an issue, but that wall is not your friend.
Okay, so here's the thing. One car had already spun, and we saw it, and then he hit it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, it was one of those things where Willie got into the outside wall, got himself out of sorts, and then I believe Mario was the one that came in clobbering and finishing off that incident, bringing out the yellow, and then you saw some smoke behind them. That was Eric Steele who continues to have issues.
Okay, that's what it was then. Yeah, man.
The red machine. He's been smoking those back tires coming off the corners, and you noted on this earlier. The drivers cannot pit for tires at all during this 60-lap run. They're stuck with what they got, and if you're toasting them, burning them up, that is wasting tire rubber that you are going to need a lot of later on.
21 of 60. We are 1/3 of the way through. 40 laps to go. Lights are off on the pace car. Teammates alongside each other now. RS Center and Thomas Axum. Momberket. Retzlaff is there. Belin's back to green at Pensacola.
Side by side going into turn number 1, and Center's going to be doing his best to try to just find space. This is perfect. Get in line with one another and try to make it so much harder for that of Retzlaff to try to make that outside line work as the 46 trying to find an opening to get underneath the 13.
Samuel, how hard do you race your teammate? For the lead, he's there on the inside.
It's so difficult not to be racing hard here. It's more of getting your rhythm. And I think for Thomas Axum, it's better for him to be in the lead and for RS to be in second place. But when you're side by side like this, it's hurting both drivers because that of Parker Retzlaff just gets to sit, wait, and linger. Momberket in fourth place as well, just lingering to pounce on the side by side action for the lead.
Let's be honest now, you got a 4-car battle for the lead as they work their way off of turn 4, lap 25. Axum slips. Here comes Center up the outside. Momberket pushes along with Retzlaff, and it's a 3-car battle on the inside. Hung out to dry. It's Center. He'll fight back for that spot on the inside of the 4.
Oh, Center's got to be trying to just come in. He's trying to pinch as much as he can on the 46, and there might be some more contact. We already saw it during race number 1 for these super late models. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of retaliation. Contact once again.
Retzlaff on the driver door of the machine of Center. And now they'll fan back out single file. Thomas Axum to the lead just before halfway. Had to move around his teammate to do it, and he did it. Retzlaff right behind him to second. Teammate to Axum is the driver, RS Center to third. Momberket is in fourth. And fifth is, of course, now that driver of Kevin White Jr.
A little bit of deja vu from what we saw in the first race here tonight for these super late models. Our top 4 exactly the same. Kind of similar layout where we're seeing our front 2 pulling away and our back 3, back of that of Center Momberket, Kevin White. They're keeping it close, mixy for who's going to finish in third place. But the question is, when will Parker Retzlaff try to pounce and make the pass? This whole entire race, he's just been sitting and lingering behind the 13, not trying to use up his rubber, but already Eric Steele, driver we've seen multiple times, have issues here tonight. Looks like he's going to take a tow and he might be done.
Caution coming out. We got a problem here. I believe, is it Steele?
Yeah, it's Eric Steele. The 132. Looking to see if it was possibly any help, and if it was help, that was going to come from Mario, the 41, coming out of turn number 4.
Whoa!
Nope. Very similar wreck to what we saw earlier of drivers just getting too close to that outside wall and contact ruining their days.
So we're just after halfway here. Thomas Axum and his Camaro is out in front now. The number 13, the who I call the Pink Panther.
Parker Retzlaff in second place, a 42, trying to get his third win here tonight. He already won the first race with the trucks earlier on. Then he won the last race we just had for the super late models. Now Parker Retzlaff
ain't bad.
No, that's exactly what he did last week and got 3 out of the 4. And the driver that beat out that of Parker Retzlaff, it's the man who's out in front right now, Thomas Axum.
And
won last
Parker
week.
Parker, a lot of people might not know this, but Parker Retzlaff is a real competitor in the ARCA Menard series. He runs some national events on the Sioux Chief Short Track Challenge. He also runs in the ARCA East and West Series, mainly the East. Green flag back out. We'll try this again.
Parker's right where he was the last time he made the outside line work. He's right at the quarter panel. He needs to stay there, but a quick yellow coming out and
Caution out again.
wrecking in the back. Looks like Wally Wilson and also Steve Norris bringing out this one.
That Wally. Wally.
Might see some cone damage as well in this replay. The driver's entering turn 1, and it's going to be that of Norris, 27, just getting a little bit too antsy, and contact made by the drivers. And Wilson goes down, taking out the cone, and that's what brought out our caution here tonight. I usually try to keep count, but I kind of lost track last race and I haven't reset yet.
I think the cone's been taken out about 5 times so far tonight.
At least.
Hey, don't forget, coming up tonight on the Community Radio Network as well as on LSRTV, your home for sim racing coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. They are at the Rockingham Speedway. Samuel, we called the LTAC race the other night, and that was pretty fun from Rockingham, so I think we'll see kind of the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of slipping and sliding, trying to get as low as you can, and we're hoping to see green flag racing later tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised at the Rock Mile course. Drivers going to get a little bit antsy over one another, but here tonight, past halfway, Retzlaff, Axum, we're green once again.
Coming up on 20 laps to go here at Pensacola Five Flag Speedway. The American iRacing League penultimate race of the season in this mini series, Summer Heat Series Showdown. Back to the line. Oh, Retzlaff slipped a little bit there. Was dirt tracking off turn 4.
The driver that got hurt the most out of that's Marquette, who got shoved all the way back to 4th, soon to be 5th place. The front 3 get in line. This is probably the best thing for Retzlaff. He did not want to stay side by side with the center. That would have been a little bit too aggressive racing for the 110 over the 42. As coming out of turn number 2, still looking good for our front 3 that continue to pull away. Oh, contact in the back already. Car wrecking. And caution. Drivers 3, 4 involved, and it's another big one.
That's Carson Nagy. It looks like Ercolani, possibly Wally again.
Langford. Oh, man. Looks like Langford might have been the driver that got the worst of it. But man, it just looked like drivers getting a little bit too antsy. Langford coming out of turn 4. This is kind of the post-carnage of everything here. And great bobbing and weaving by the 69 there. Wilson, who had been involved in our last 2 cautions. But it was a lot of seeing. It looked like the 53 involved. A lot of just drivers being spun around, collected in this thing. Wesley, another big one, kind of not a surprise to see.
Nope, not a surprise at all.
More drivers DNFing, and that's going to be the 72. Martin deciding it was a nice night, but let's call it quits already. All right, we are stacked, ready to go. Pace car lights are off.
Yeah, 17 to go when this race gets back going again. Still have another less than 20 laps or so to settle it. And, you know, we saw that last restart where Retzlaff kind of dirt tracked it a little bit. Mombercat got the short end of that deal. Sinner was able to do pretty decent.
Oh, they're already wrecking. But before they even got to the line,
wow,
they were dumping it. Wally Wilson spun his tires, and well, that was a good little drag race we got to see there for a second there, Wesley, and we're hoping maybe for them to get to the corners next time.
Well, nonetheless, the lights are off on the pace car. They better quit their shenanigans and get back going again. 16 to go, make it 15 to go when they go back to the Mountain Dew kickstart zone. Thomas Axum ready to send it. Trouble. They're wrecking on the restart at turn 4. Tire spin. Calamity. Or Kalani and some other cars crash. Caution. Out again.
That was the replay. Our Hims did not want to tell you that. That was the replay. So we're back to live, and drivers waited for the.
Oh,
while
my
that
goodness.
was going on, nothing else happened.
I'm sorry. I literally. Never mind. No, it's. This is back live.
Hims is just getting us all jumbled up. Well, with this caution,
my apologies, everybody. I put all that excitement into nothing.
Gotta save that energy. Save it. Save it. We're almost to the end.
Oh my goodness! Are we gonna have any cars left?
We are left with a total of, I think,
12.
We got 13 that are actually. I think we got ourselves 14 that are on track, running currently, but
13 got a shot.
Yeah, we've got 6 that have already parked. It said that they're done. Green flag though, back out in the air.
If it's an ambulance, you got a chance. In a hearse, got to be worse.
Oh man. What a launch, though, from Retzlaff, though.
Whoa.
Coming out of turn number 2, keeping it side by side. If he can pinch and just slow down the 13 just a little bit.
Side.
This is exactly the same time that we saw that pass during the first race for Retzlaff, but he's getting pressured now by the 110.
Oh, I was going to say contact. Inside contact out of 4. Retzlaff right there outside. 12 to go. Ready to send it. Thomas Axum not backing down, though. He's on the inside. Center closing in.
He doesn't need to make the pass fully. All that Retzlaff needs to do is just stay close enough. That time around, it was going to be that of Axum leading that lap, but still, we've seen the outside lane work, but I think the tires might be fading away of Retzlaff.
Turn 3, turn 4, here comes Sinner back up there, trying to run down Retzlaff. Bombercat still in that dogfight. So is White. Under 10 to go at Pensacola. Turn 1, turn 3. Somewhere off turn 4. Axum's there. He holds him off.
Well, Center's got to be careful, though. He is pressuring so much on the rear. Well, that did makes contact with his teammate. Side by side. Bombercat to the lead.
Bombercat to the lead. Sinner goes to second. What just happened? Oh, my goodness.
Center just pressured too much, and it cost both his teammate and Retzlaff. They fall back outside. Or that of Axum, he's back to 4th. Retzlaff's out of the top 10, but here comes Center to the inside.
RS Center wanted a shot at him. Comes Thomas Axum on the outside again. 6 to go.
Center's got to make
the
a
proverbial
move.
Bump.
Oh, he's trying to get to the quarter panel. If he can get to the inside, just like right now, he's got a shot if he can get a better run, but to the center of the corner, Mombercat's just too quick.
5 to go. 5 remaining. Bombercat trying to close in. He's trying to shut that door on the inside, trying to keep Center from getting that momentum. He's there in 3. He'll shut the door on him. Here comes also White in this mix. He's up to 3rd.
Axum's back and forth. I mean, these laps are ticking away. But right now, Mombercat's running a little bit too high for my liking. He's giving just a small opening. Here comes Center. He's going to be right at the center of the door for the 16, but the center of the corner too strong. And just, we're seeing the 110. He's bogging down and just doesn't have the launch out of 4.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. And still cannot seem to make that work on the bottom of the racetrack as here comes Mombercat trying to hold him off. He's going to get the white 2 to go sign this time by. Spins it down the straightaway, center down to the bottom into 1 on Mombercat, running out of time, 2 to go.
Center's just getting just inside, but he's going to get loose, losing a little bit of that tail spin, and his advantage that he had is now thrown out the window. Mombercat's coming to the 1 to go.
The CRN 1 to go, final time around here at Pensacola. I think Mombercat could coast from here because he got pinched in. Center did. That allowed the 38 machine to close into that battle with also Kevin White. And Dustin Mombercat will exit off turn 4. Winner of race 2 in the Super Twins, Dustin Mombercat in 16.
And Kevin White, by 0.02 of a second, steals away second place, pushing RS back to 3rd.
Then you've got Thomas Axum 4th. And Parker Retzlaff the top 5. What might have been that slip, that impatience. We knew it was happening. At least it didn't cause a crash, Samuel. But when it's said and done, Mombercat was distant. He waited. And like taking away your high school sweetheart on prom night, he took it away from all the boys. And Mombercat gets the win here tonight in Pensacola.
Fireworks going off, burnouts happening. It is a good night for the 13. And with this win, I mean, it's a massive win, being our 4th different winner here in the super late models this season. It's a short season, but hey, putting yourself on the marker of the super late models is Dustin Mombercat.
And the season will be decided next Monday night as well, the final race of the year for this summer series, if you will. The American iRacing League, always something up their sleeve. What will they come up with next? Here is the results. Dustin Mombercat, your winner. Kevin White Jr. getting it done for 2nd. Chris Center falling back to 3rd. Thomas Axum 4th. Parker Retzlaff the top 5. Tyler Payne, David Polins, Carson Nagy, Quinton, Bill Langford, all cars involved in problems in some time of this race, but they come back, redeem himself, and get a top 10 finish.
Then in 11th, Mario getting another 11th finish for himself at the 41. As well as you got that Tony Quattro going to be getting 12th position. Steve Norris going to be getting 13. Wally Wilson, even though he had a lot of ups and downs, comes away with a 14th finish. And Wally's also going to be leading the drivers that could not finish out this race with Murray, Steele, Everham, Perkins, Butler, Ryan Polins, and also like those are going to be your top 20 that made it, as Eric Sellers did not even start back in the 22nd position. But man, Wesley, it was a long night, but I know for me it's about to come to a close, but you still have the Northwest later on.
Yeah, the Northwest Cup Series coming up at Rockingham. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we will grab our top 3, Dustin Mombercat race number 2, and we will wrap it up for the American iRacing League and Summer Heat from Pensacola at Five Flags Speedway. Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League. Yes, Reaper Speed Lab Poppers presents the excitement that is the CMO Screen Printing Supply Solutions Incorporated trucks and super late models twins round 4 Pensacola on LSRTV Sierra Sports. I'm Wesley Outland, Samuel Dyer alongside, and we only got one winner. Finally, after 3 seasons, back to super late model victory lane, Dustin Momberket. Dustin, congratulations to you, buddy. What a job well done.
Yeah, thank you. It feels so good. Finally got a super late model win in this series. I was just there at the right place at the right time, and I was able to slide on by them. But this thing was very loose, definitely the hardest one to drive of the season. So anyone who was running up front consistently all night with the super late models, shout out to them, because it was definitely not an easy task.
I mean, Dustin, we saw you just running in 3rd, 4th place a lot for both the first twin race and the second of the super late models. And what was kind of your mindset once you were getting later in this race before you saw our leaders having their contact?
I did a very poor job saving my rear tires in the first race. I was just extremely loose the entire time after about lap 20. So this one I decided to play with my brake bias a little bit, make it start off a little bit tighter, and still at the end I was very loose once I got to the lead. But I know it's very hard to pass, and the outside lane actually had some pretty good grip tonight, so I was able to hold off the 110 car. But I can't thank RS enough for racing me as clean as he did at the end. I know a lot of people just would have drove through me, and I really appreciate that.
Hey, and I'll tell you this as well. That race had that kind of calamity. Man, it was crazy tonight. Bumping, banging, crashing, a lot of big wrecks. You survived them, but you played your cards right. Did you know that you had to wait for Center and Retzlaff to slip, and when that happened, you had to take that spot to go for it?
Yeah, I knew that they were racing really hard. Everyone is it's so close, you can't give an inch, and when you're racing that close, things are going to happen. So they hit, and I was lucky enough to not get tagged or anything. I barely slipped by on the bottom, but I can't be any happier.
Well, listen, Victory Lane sponsors, thank them. Congratulations, you're going in to the final race next week at Stafford, man. How cool is that going to be? Stafford, Connecticut, Stafford Motor Speedway. That's going to be a damn good show next Monday night.
Yeah, Stafford is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite tracks on here. I really like that place. It's just so much fun to me. I'm very excited for that. But I can't thank Studio 10 Wraps, RS Center, enough. He did an awesome job on this paint scheme. LeDuc Matthews Racing, Devin Morgan Enterprises, Shaw Motorsports, Russell Brown Race Cars, Devin Morgan Enterprises. I really can't thank everybody enough. Thomas Axum, he's helped me a lot these last few weeks to just try and be a little bit better in the super late model and kind of all around, and it's definitely helped a lot. Brandon Wilkinson kind of was helping talk us through some things there, so I really just can't thank all of them enough. I wouldn't be here without them.
Been a while since he's put it in victory lane in the supers, but finally, Dustin Momberket, winner here tonight in bin race number 2 at 5 Flag Speedway. He gets it done. Next Monday night, the finale. Samuel, I just found out about this, brother. Stafford Motor Speedway, Katie bar the door. That's going to be an awesome event.
It's going to be incredible. And, we've seen throughout this season drivers willing to be aggressive. I'm expecting the same exact thing next week.
You think of grassroots racing, you think of tight paperclip corners like Martinsville, kind of lengthy straightaways. The 3/8 mile that is Stafford Motor Speedway will certainly provide that next Monday night, and we will have coverage for you of the American iRacing League finale of the Summer Heat Series for the Reaper Speed Lab Pulse Popper Series next Monday night. As always, we want to thank our sponsors. Samuel, your final thoughts still on tonight, buddy? It was a good one. It was caution field, but it was a good show.
We got to see the super trucks put on a dazzling show of showing that if you had the pole position, you were up front, you had a way to win it. And the super late models got to see that outside line actually work out for the first race for the super late models, but late, the big ones really did strike in. Some impatience certainly has changed up how the end of these races went.
And of course, the American iRacing League is presented by Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures and Reaper Speed Lab. Also, CMO Screen Printing Supply Incorporated, Team 126 Racing, Elite Media Graphics and Wraps, I Support STR, CRN Sports, and LSRTV for all of the coverage. For more information on the American iRacing League, go to American iRacing League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at LSRTV. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well, at livesimracing.com and wearecrn.com. It's a good one here at Pensacola. Finale next Monday night, p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, from Stafford. It'll be a good one as well for the championship. For everybody at Rocket Media, Jeff Stabnow. For producer Charles Wooten, a.k.a. Hims. For Samuel Dyer, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations to all of the winners, and for joining us for the summer heat of the American iRacing League. We'll wrap it up next week at Stafford. Stay tuned later tonight for Racing from the Rock.